The band is called Higher Love, and there's a bassist called Ajit Menon who plays in the band, and
sitting
looks
next
like
to me.
So
Don't
I'm
be
the
so
one.
shy.
So I'm the bassist
Yeah.
for his band, and we'll be playing some gigs soon after a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
When it gets
maybe
warmer.
at this point I can interview you maybe, you know.
Yeah, why not? You
yes,
can interview
about
me. Yeah.
Higher Love, you know, why this long gap between, you know,
Why
different
this long
gigs?
gap? I think just to need to,
gigs.
I think to had to rearrange just my plans, you know, in life, and just I don't know, just stop for a moment because there was no sign of progress, you know, on the way where I wanted to be, you know,
Yes, yes.
and that is why if I'm gonna rearrange my plans and just gonna get some proper links, you know, with some management who can drive us, you know, further, then I can move on. If not, I'm gonna stick to the idea which is now at the moment, which exists at the moment. High Love still exists,
Yes.
but in form of the project. So, if it's gonna be something more, better gigs, better options, better connections, then I'm gonna just open the box with Higher Love hidden in the casket, and
Yes,
just go on the road. You know,
So
that's how it's gonna be.
Any new material?
I have plenty of songs.
For
I have plenty of
release?
songs. You know, I'll write all the time. So just not a problem for me with my creativity. It's not that issue is not a problem.
Yes. Of course, I do know that. You know, I really like your approach. You know, to music making, because it's not. It's very you know. You know, you just make it, you know, according to your instincts, and you just create something on the go, and you know, you don't think too much. Sometimes you don't think too much about, you know, whether it is this will be commercial, or whether this will sell, who's going to listen to this, because
You know,
your music doesn't sound like that.
if you're in your
I
room
feel.
and you create music, that is just you are an artist in your own room, in your own space, private space. If you go out, you think in terms of business.
Yes.
That's something about. First, you have to finish the song. That's the thing, and that's the whole idea, you know, of Higher Love. You know, just be an artist when you make music, and just be a businessman when you go out to the people.
Yes.
Because this is job like the others.
Yes.
And people sometimes forget that doing creative jobs, any jobs, you know, blogging, just writing something, articles, making music, making movies, whatever, is a creative job,
Of course.
which has to be paid, you know, at the end of the day, in some
true.
way.
That's true.
Because you spend your time, and to compromise, if you wanna compromise on that, there's gonna be bad quality of that.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
if you don't want to compromise on time, then you must have a income out of it.
Yes. This is
That's-
a point to be noted, you know, for all the viewers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You may be having a different opinion, you know, about music. You know, music should be free like water, you know.
Art at the moment is just quite rather worthless, you know, just because in the 21st century, in the time of technology,
Yes.
this YouTube access, you can have everything from on your iPhone just in a few seconds.
Yes.
The whole albums, whole videos. I remember back in time, you know, when I had to just go to the shop, buy CD, trace video, record videos from the television. It was so exciting when you were able to catch some video of your favorite band, you know, some rare clips. That doesn't exist, such atmosphere.
Yes,
If I'm looking for, let's say, some rare performance of Depeche Mode, just type on the YouTube title of the song, the name of the venue, I have it just now. Then, in the past, 80s, 90s, you know, maybe beginning of the 21st century, I had to just look for that, you know, very, very long time, just checking television, checking different sources, go to the shops, looking for bootlegs, that kind of thing. Now that doesn't exist, just click and go.
Yes.
Which has very positive, which
Of
is
course,
also
it
positive
has
in
positive,
few
yes.
ways, but just also has a negative connotation because you may struggle.
Actually, there was an interesting point made by, you know, a member of the Human League called his name, I think Martin Ware. That's his name. Yes. Very interesting interview. You should check it out. I'll send you the link. He makes one statement. You know, nowadays people. There are more people making music than buying music.
That's true. Yeah, that's it.
It's a very interesting. You know, that whole interview is very interesting. how how far we have reached.
Just move upside down, just at the beginning, when the 50s and up to 80s, there was a huge crowd people listening to the very few idols, and now just opposite.
Opposite of
everyone is a best creator, and just very few
I think
artists exist which are.
I think we are living in a very good time for music, because you have that freedom and
that gives you that freedom that you can make
to the world, at the touch of the fingertip. But at the same time, if there's some value introduced to that, it's good. It's handy, and I think these days artists have to be multidimensional as well.
I can tell you, it's good to make few sellouts and then just carry on with your artistic projects.
Yeah.
That's the solution. I think that existed also in the past, but now it's even more important. Just make few sellouts, get the money from the point where you can collect it, and just then you can focus on your making some jazzy avant-garde projects, where just very few people enjoy.
But on this point, Mark, I just wanted to know your opinion. What do you think about people who, artists, legendary artists or bands who make who do all these kind of nostalgia-based tours, and who kind of maybe do a live show of the previous albums, classic albums from the 80s or 70s, 90s, because they are doing a good job and they make a lot of money out of it. It's a big business.
This is a big business, but I think everyone knows the best the way he's the best at, Because, for example, Depeche Mode, they don't have to rely on that 80s status, because they have a very new albums, very recent albums, and they're still successful. They sell a lot of them. They sell a lot of those albums, and they don't care about them just bringing just can get enough on every show, or just playing a broken frame as a whole. But some artists like they rely on that 80s nostalgia, like Human League, I think, or Duran Duran. Few OMD as well. They rely on that. Tears for Fears. They rely on that because after 1993, for example, when I talk about Tears for Fears, there was nothing very big successful. There was no success after that year. So that's why they rely on those best years, because people want it, people pay for that. The people will not pay them for the albums for after 1993. They're not gonna pay for the plain, some recent album in the whole form. They're gonna pay for those hits they know, and the hits they only had in the 1980s. And now they don't have a hits. That's why they rely on that 80s nostalgia. Some bands have to rely on that nostalgia. Some bands they don't have, because they have a new songs. People still listen to the new ideas.
They move on to the next thing.
Ideas is not so important, because ideas you can have always good and bad ideas. But as I said before, that sellouts. If you have a sellouts which are recent, then you can rely on the recent sellouts. If you have a sellouts which are from the past time, then you rely on them, and still you carry on, and making money out of it. That's how it is. Nothing hidden, no hidden message, no story, just making cash this way or that way. No. And even Depeche Mode, look at their set list. If they play gig, they skip many tracks, many great songs, even on from their last albums, or they just skip the songs from the past career, because they know which songs they are more engaging. They always play until they die, till they split, or they drop on the stage. They always will play "Never Let Me Down." They always will play "Personal Jesus." They always play. For example, Walk in My Shoes as well. That will always stay on the list. But for example, some great songs, from other albums, they're not gonna reveal them. Even as I said, even from recent albums, sometimes I'm very disappointed I don't hear some songs, because even at least if you promote some new show, some new album, you should include those songs. But even then, they don't do that, because they know they're not gonna draw attention. And they prefer to stay on the safe line. They have children and wives to feed. That is why.
And I think Andy Fletcher once made a remark also that that we are not like the Cure. who go on and play some B-sides, for 3 hours or 3-4 hours.
The Cure have a different way of
They have a
dealing,
different way. I mean,
because they play long.
I'm a huge fan of the Cure.
Me too, yeah.
And
Since Just Like Heaven played on the show.
I'm a big fan of the Cure, and
Yeah.
I would pay to see them. Play
They're
B-sides,
gonna play show, but I think in the Hyde Park.
Hyde Park, yeah. But the only thing is, I feel that why are they not, kind of releasing any new material? They also, are not doing anything interesting at the moment. Unlike Depeche Mode, Depeche Mode.
Yeah, I prefer
yesterday when I was
Depeche Mode than the
listening
Cure,
to Depeche Mode, the new song I listened to.
Like Scam or so that
No,
you
the
move.
new one where
Or No More, this is the last
wearing
time.
that astronaut, wearing the, I think it's going back.
Cover Me.
Cover Me.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful song, so, a huge respect for them. How they started, and as a completely alternative left of field band, and to actually conquer the mainstream and to conquer America, without any kind of major radio play, and to come out from the other side and still keep the integrity, still carry their true spirit. That is a remarkable thing. I don't think any band or any artist has done that, in that way. In my view, in my humble opinion.
Just we should wish them well, and we should
them
wish
well,
ourselves well as well.
Yeah,
So we're gonna conclude our interview on that. Just we
so
digress
we come
a
from
little
that,
bit.
from that background.
So I wanna say, everyone watching this, big thank you for staying with us, and just stay tuned for more from my channel and from Mr. Ajit Menon. So
Thank you so much. Thank you for your
Thank you very
interest.
much.
Yeah.
And I wanna say
Pleasure.
also big thank you to our secret location where we are at the moment. Thank you.
We'll be